This is Eric Paul Johnson from Face the Music, an Electric Light Orchestra song-by-song podcast. And you're listening to Trimming the Musical Fat. Oh dear. That wasn't my fat I trimmed.
I love gold. The look of it, the taste of it, the smell of it, the texture. I love gold so much that I even lost my genitalia in an unfortunate smelting accident. Hence the name Gold Member.
So, welcome to Trim the Musical Fat. I'm Stephen Nicholson. Thanks for joining me for the latest episode in our Hidden Prime Cut series, where we highlight a song by a band or singer which we feel deserved more attention, i.e. it was a B-side, an unreleased track, a single that wasn't big, etc, etc. Today we're going to be talking about a 2002 B-side to Moby's Jason Bourne soundtracking Extreme Ways single. That was easy to say. And the song is Love of Strings. Before we discuss it and introduce my guests, let's hear that very song in question. That was Love of Strings by Moby. To help me discuss it, friends of the podcast, Ross Braidwood and Davie Melon are here. How are you, gents?
Excellent.
All good for a Monday.
Okay, podcast Monday. So let's talk about the song. Had either of you heard this before?
I think it was my brother used to make compilations up, and it was on that, I think. It was through my brother anyway that I learnt off the song, and then on our music club it was posted as well by my brother. And so I've known it for probably quite a while, but like I say, I didn't know it was a B-side to a single off 18. So yeah, I've known it for probably quite a few years.
Yeah,
and it's a typical Moby track.
It really is. Yeah, it is. What about you, Davey?
Well, when I first fired it up, I thought it was actually, I had heard it before. Because it's the start of it is one of the album tracks, is it not, or one of the different albums?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I definitely recognised the start of it. I went, oh, this is a great song, and then the vocals never came in. I went, hang on,
Still the one.
I don't know this song.
I'll definitely find it and fire it in the chat, but it's definitely, like I say, I really liked it because they went, that's that song off the album, and then when the lyrics didn't kick in, I was like, I haven't heard this before.
I was always looking and I held it till the time began. Subtle things come at me, I look to see where loss it ran. I can have the sonic come and touch me on my shoulder. Think of all the things that I could wish that I'd told her. I fly so high.
But it's tremendous. It's got so many layers of it. I like the way it builds up. It's great.
Yeah, well, let's stay with you, Davey, about what you do like about it. So, like the layers, what else?
So, as I say, it's like all the strings, the parts of it are great. I really like the intro to it. It sort of like brings you in straight away, and yeah, it goes on quite a bit. How long was it? About 6 minutes, 7 minutes,
6.5 minutes or something. Yeah.
So maybe it could have been a wee bit shorter, but no, I loved it. It's a tremendous B-side if it is a B-side.
Well, it is,
Well, I'm thinking Extreme Ways and Love of Strings double A side. Absolutely.
Yeah. It doesn't happen that much these days, isn't it? Double A sides.
No.
It doesn't really happen. You just don't know why that's the case. Particularly if you've got a good B-side, just do a double A side, and that's it. One's an album off the album, the other one's not,
I know.
And both get prominence, but for me, it's like it's a classic. That period of Moby with the strings, synth strings, probably that's the best way to put it. So he's got although I followed his career and he's kind of changed through the years. That mid period is probably his. That's almost like his definitive sound. Moby. Yep. So it's just one of these songs you can tell it's from that era. When was 18 out? What was it?
18 was 2002, I think.
2002. So you know it's around about that point, and I'm probably the opposite of Davey. It's one of the ones where it's quite uplifting, isn't it? It's just beautiful. You just want it to go on and on. And I think that you probably get that way electro music. It can sometimes be a bit repetitive and it maybe goes on too long. I think it's just one of the ones where because it puts you in a good mood, you just kind of want it just to keep going and going and going. So 6 minutes, actually, I could probably do a couple more, if I'm really honest. It's just
the ideal come down song, isn't it? 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, just stick. I think it's one of the ones you could stick it on coming after a club. You come home, or a Friday, you finish work, you've logged off, you go downstairs, start making dinner, and you stick it on. It's one of these songs, and you could probably put in at different times. It's just wonderful.
It's got sort of like trip hoppy elements in it as well, which I love all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's a brilliant. I'm quite gutted I've not actually got the single because, as you say, Extreme Ways and that back to back. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of this, and I hadn't heard it until I think, spring of last year, and I think it was my son's Looker Ben had put a YouTube video on, and it was a nature type thing, and the person had obviously used this song to soundtrack it, and you're listening to it thinking, that sounds very much like Moby. And of course, these days it's like, hey Siri, what is this song? And there we go. And it was like, oh, right, okay, I've not heard this before. And then, yeah, of course, very easy to get and listen to. And I just thought, absolutely brilliant. I mean, I agree with you, Ross. I mean, some of the stuff Moby was doing around about 18 and Play is just that kind of ethereal, beautiful music. It's just only he just seems to be able to bang off those kind of tunes, no bother at all, like Porcelain.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Just brilliant stuff. And so I loved it, and it's a great working from home song as well. But bash away at your keyboard listening to it, and I think it's absolutely criminal that it was only a B-side. Never even made the album, and I can only presume it never, because there was other similar sounding songs that he maybe preferred, which got the nod ahead of this. But yeah, I mean, it's just too good to just be thrown away on a B-side. And I wonder if he agrees with me, because I remember saying something about it on Twitter, and I got a like from Moby.
There you go.
Or whoever runs his Twitter account. But I'm going to pretend it was definitely him who liked it.
Of course it was.
So, I think it just deserved better.
Yeah.
It just shows you sometimes, though, artists, that they can be so creative at a certain period of time, and the quality is there, that they've just got that as almost a bit of an offcut. And that's it.
I mean, I know for me, one of my maybe my favourite Moby thing, I love Porcelain. It's one of my favourite songs. And Why Does My Heart Feel So Bad? Tremendous. But yeah, the Porcelain, the remix of that, which I'm forgetting who did the remix, and that's just one of the greatest things ever. Which I'll maybe add it to the end of this episode, actually, one of my favourites. So we like Moby. What other material would you guys recommend from him? So Davey, 2 or 3 things you would recommend?
So I'm terrible with remembering names of songs, but there's not many bad tracks on Play in 18. I think the album that came after it was all right as well, but that's. It was. I don't think I've got anything other than those 3 albums, but those first 2 are. Play was that the late 90s? Was it 98, 99?
99.
That was just like one of the highlights that year. To be fair.
It's just one of the best albums ever.
Did you, Davey, go to the show Moby did at Edinburgh Castle on New Year's Eve 1999? I think it was. Or was it 2000?
No, unfortunately not. And I've never even heard. Has he released anything recently? When he would go on a tour?
He did. He did release, I think he done a reinterpretation of some of his songs.
Yes.
Again. So I've not heard it yet, but it's maybe pretty good, so I'm going to probably check it out.
Yeah, I've heard it's good.
Yeah, I think you might give that a wee whirl.
But yeah, I'm sure, was it 2000? Yeah, it was 2000. It must have been where he played Edinburgh Castle on New Year's Eve. And that was a really good show. And obviously that was in support of the Play album.
Oh, was it?
That was good. Yeah, just remember, because it was New Year's Eve, you were hopping from one place to the other. I think we're at one party, then up to the castle to watch Moby play, then back down onto George Street, I think, to the assembly rooms for a ceilidh.
Right.
That's a busy night. A great night, yeah. So, Davey, have we talked enough to give you time to look at song titles?
The one you mentioned as well, Why Does My Heart Feel So Bad? That's one of my favourites, without a doubt.
Do you know how you got his name?
No.
It's a wee trivia for you. Do you know, Stephen?
His real name?
No, well, how Moby, how did they come to have his artist name as Moby?
Oh, I don't. I should know this, and I probably do, but it's gone.
Aye. So if you check out his real name, do you know his real name?
Morbius the Vampire.
I can't remind his proper name, but his granddad was the author of Moby Dick. Moby Dick. It's Melville, I think it is. The guy that wrote Moby Dick, and it's through that's how he's got his name. His granddad,
Richard Melville Hall.
Yeah, there you go. And whoever wrote Moby Dick.
Oh, there we go.
We're All Made of Stars, that's a great tune.
Yeah.
That's it.
In My Heart is great.
In My Heart, that's the one. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's brilliant stuff. What about you, Ross? Any tracks to recommend?
I'll take before I get to sort of the play era, the first track I bought was a 12-inch, and it was Feeling So Real, if you remember that.
Yeah.
Feeling So Real. I think it was two different 12 inches. The one had like 2 remixes, and the other one had the original plus another remix. And I used to love that. So that was that. But yeah, so in terms of probably around about the sort of play era, if I'm right in saying, so in terms of tracks that I love on play would be My Weakness, Russian. I'm trying to remember how that one goes. I think it's instrumental. Ever Loving as well. It's just tremendous. It's the one with a bit of the guitar and him singing on it. And then worth, actually, although I'll call it 2 of them, but it's worth checking out the Play B-Sides if you haven't listened to it. And so the Play B-Sides CD album is brilliant. I mean, I've had it for years now. It is well worth checking out. And a couple of songs is The Sun Never Stops Setting and Spirit. And again, they're both instrumentals. But I mean, I think it's really a bad song on that either. And again, it's very similar to Play, sort of style. So a couple of songs I've got like sort of the gospel, which what I'm looking for, sample.
Yeah.
The first song, for instance, so it's similar to like I don't know. I'm trying to think on Play, one of the singles. But you know what I mean. So some of the samples and then some of the songs are more sort of electronic, sort of almost like techno songs.
Yeah, something like Find My Baby.
Yeah. Only sort of line. So it's really well worth checking out. If you guys haven't listened to it, check it out. B-side. I don't know if I did one for 18. I don't know if I done a B-sides 18, but definitely.
There'll be a deluxe version now for that. Apple Music.
It's literally called Moby 18 the B-sides, and that's where you can also get Love of Strings.
Love of Strings, yeah.
So it go into an album eventually. Kind of.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing, wasn't it? It's good to kind of when bands and artists do that with the B-sides, because like say Oasis and a few others been really great to bring them all together so you can listen to them as an album. It's great.
Nobody mentioned his James Bond reinterpretation.
Why? What's it called again?
James Bond theme.
I don't think I've even heard it.
I'm not getting Bond.
No way, Davey. You've not heard the James Bond by Moby?
No, I don't think so.
Bond. James Bond.
It's been used in lots of the trailers for the Bond films.
Right.
And advertising and so on. You all have heard it. Oh, check it out, yeah.
Is it?
Decent, yeah. So the one I would recommend for you guys to check out is a song called Mistake, which is on his 2009 Wait For Me album.
All right.
Oh, you never felt this lost before, and the world is closing doors. I never wanted anything more. Oh, you never felt this lost before, and the world is closing doors. I never wanted anything more. Don't let me make again. Please don't let me make the same mistake again.
Again, it's another one where I was watching something and went, oh, that's a really good song. It was used in a Russell Crowe movie called The Next 3 Days, I think it was. Elizabeth Banks, I'm sure, plays his wife in it. It was actually a decent movie, but yeah, in the kind of main action scene in it, this song is used. Really soundtracks it really well. It's a brilliant song. Yeah, so Mistake on Wait For Me. Check it out. Really, really good. So, either of you guys seen Moby live at all?
No,
I have,
no, I've
yes.
not.
I seen him. I'm trying to think when it was. It must have been early 2000s. So you remember there used to be a festival called Homelands?
Yes.
So Homelands up in Scotland. They might have done it out at the Ingolstadt. I think they did actually. But anyway, the year we went, it was in New Cumnock or something like that. So Ayrshire. So it took forever to get there. It was like a coach. It was me and Big Ross MC, me and him, and we seen Moby, we seen Ian Brown, we seen Left Field, we seen Public Enemy. I can't remember who else, but that was the four that I remember the acts, and it was just like unbelievable. You know?
Not bad at all.
It was pretty great. So I seen him there, and it's a long time ago, so I'm trying to remember, but I remember it being pretty good because he done Feeling So Real, but it was like a drum and bass version, like really fast.
Yeah.
I remember that. But it was good what I can remember, but many years ago.
Not bad at all. And how was Moby that evening?
I thought, yeah, like I say, I think he was pretty good. What I remember, it's probably gone back about 20 years. So I think it would have been after play, I'm pretty sure. But he was pretty good. I knew a lot of his music anyway for early on, like Feeling So Real. Every Time You Touch Me. Every Time You Touch was one of the others.
Still talking about music here, or
Every Time You Touch Me. And then a song called Him as well. So some of his early 90s stuff's brilliant as well, you know, to go back and listen to it. So we played a lot of that stuff, if I mind right. And if it was play, you know, it would have been pretty good. So yeah, all good all round. Yeah, I'd like to go and see him again, I'd have to say. Yeah, that'd be great. I don't know the last time we played Scotland.
I don't know. But Davey, that you could then be ticked off your bucket list.
Aye, that'll definitely get ticked if he comes back. Probably be maybe like a 25th anniversary of play in about 2 years' time.
That would be good.
That'd be alright. I'd be up
play
for
the
that,
album in
man.
full. Yes, thank you.
Getting tickets for it, that's the thing, isn't it? It's always the way.
That would be good. Okay, it's last orders at the bar. Thanks for joining me today, Davey and Ross. And thanks to you for listening. It's time to play the exit music. Yeah. So be sure to come back again for more Hidden Prime cuts. Until then, keep trimming.
Trimming the Musical Fat podcast is a Stephen and Paul Nicholson production. Contact us via voicemail by going to anchor.fm/TTMF/message or tweet us at musical trimming or email us at trimmingthemusicfat@gmail.com. Keep up to date on the show by joining our Facebook group or visiting our website www.trimmingthemusicalfat.com, or support us financially by going to Patreon and getting some great podcast exclusives.
Next episode, a Trimming the Classic dedicated to Radiohead's OK Computer. Next full episode is a Hidden Prime Cuts dedicated to Queen's Mad the Swine.